Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's come into a comfortable place together. Whatever position feels really helpful to your body, just come into it. And just begin to kind of take in the impressions of the sounds and if you have your eyes closed, go inside yourself, and if you have your eyes open, just kind of admiring the beauty of nature. Notice the energies that are floating around. Notice your hands and notice your feet. And notice how your weight can be fully kind of released to the ground. Allowing this experience of rootedness to be felt. And notice our little entourage here with all the birds. And it's like an entire bunch of different beings present with us in our practice, aware of us just like we're aware of them. And notice where in your body you're holding on to any kind of tension. And see if that tension can be released down to the ground. As much as your body's willing to let go of holding on. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, your arms, your chest and your belly. Take a breath in and a breath out. And as you slowly open your eyes, take your time to just start to stretch the body a little bit. Maybe some circular motions around your shoulders. Maybe some circular motions around your wrists. Some rocking of the head side to side. Eventually all of us will slowly rise up to seated. So we can open this practice together and just mark the beginning of the practice together. Bringing the hands to the heart space. Acknowledge your own kind of connection to the earth and interconnectedness with nature. And marking this beginning with the sound of Om, we take a cleansing breath first. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. As you slowly open your eyes, let's make our way into a standing position and begin that way today. And as you arrive, start to take some motions, reaching those arms overhead. Feel into some circular motions around the arms. And each time you inhale, lift your head up and take in the sky. Open your heart, and on the exhale, release the arms. Separate the feet nice and wide so you have a nice big base. And then start to incorporate some side bending, side to side. Just feeling into your torso. Notice how simple these movements are and how it's really possible to kind of just wake up every morning and just take 5 to 10 minutes to stretch your body like this and to open it up in the different areas. Move the energy around in the body, and at the same time detangle some of that connective tissue. And then start to kind of roll forward a little on either side. You can kind of draw your hips back and circle them through and start to access some flexion in the spine and some extension with pressing the hips forward and opening the heart. Nice. And then slowly take your time to squat down a little bit and just rest your forearms on your thighs. And while you're here, separate the toes, just the feet a little bit, kind of keep them hip distance, but take the toes sideways a bit and just start to kind of bend and extend the legs. Just getting a little bit into your legs. Dropping the hips to a comfortable level. At some point, coming back to the center, letting the legs come back to hip distance apart. Keep your left arm on your thigh. Grab a hold of your right thigh with your left hand and open up towards the right into a twist. You might even extend the right leg a little to feel into the twist and release it and relax it. Come back again and open it up. Inhale, same side, and exhale. 2 more times, in and out. Last time, inhale and exhale, release and relax. Slowly start to transition to the other side. If there's any stretches that come in between, feel free to take them. Your body will know what it needs, and it's really important to honor the transitions and what the body's asking you to do in between. Maybe finally, as you return back to the center, coming into a forward fold. If the forward fold all the way is causing any issues for you, you can replace your elbows on your thighs. Rocking the head no and yes, and circling the neck around. Rocking the hips side to side. And from here, start to make your way slowly into a downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet a bunch of times and getting a bit more acquainted with your calf muscles. Then release your knees to the ground and plant your hands underneath your shoulders and take a few arches and curls. Nice. Rise up to stand on your knees and slowly step your left foot forward and rock the knee side to side a bunch of times to access your hips. And then slowly curl your toes under and rise up to find a crescent. Here in your crescent, let the tailbone tuck under a little bit more. And notice the difference between when you're kind of bulging your rib cage and tilting your tailbone back, coming out of alignment in your lower back, and when you actually actively bend the back knee and tuck the pelvis under, maintaining that neutrality in the spine. Reach the arms overhead, inhale. And on the exhale, dip down. Again, in and out. Let's do this for 5 more times. In and out. And last time. Good. Lower the knee all the way down to the ground. Take some more motions with that front knee. And potentially extend that front leg forward to come into a half split. Maybe you reach your hips all the way back if that feels better. Or you keep your hips on top of your knee. And then slowly bend the knee, come into a runner lunge. Curl the back toes under and start to toe heel that left foot towards the side and eventually step back into a downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward to come into a plank pose and take your way down into a forearm plank so that we can really start to feel into our core center. Tucking the tailbone under, drawing the chest forward a bit more, actively pressing into the elbows and isometrically drawing the elbows back towards your feet. while you draw the heels away at the same time. For 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips all the way down. Walk the legs more back. And then find your way into a baby cobra pose. Activate the legs really strong and draw the elbows back while maintaining your lowermost ribs on the earth. Take a breath in together. And on the breath out, plant your hands down alongside your chest, curl toes under, and press yourself up in a reverse push-up. Then back to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. One more in-breath. And out breath. And slowly make your way back onto your knees. Rise up. Make fists with the hands. Really circle those wrists around. And in the other direction. Bring your hands to your hips, and this time step the right foot back. And again, take your time to just get into your hip a little bit, eventually solidifying that knee on top of the ankle. Find that neutral pelvis again, tucking the tailbone under. Good job. Curl the back toes and lift into crescent. Taking the arms overhead with the in-breath. And the out-breath, dip down. And down. Let's do 5 more. And last one. Lower all the way down. Extend through that right leg to come into a bit of a stretch. Let your spine feel nice and long and relaxed, while the muscles around your neck and jaw soften. Come back into your runner lunge, where you draw your knee forward a bit and toe heel that foot. As you curl the back toes under, step back into a downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet, stretching the spine, relaxing the neck. Deep in breath. And an out breath. Let's take 2 more breaths just like that. In. And exhale. One more time. Now as you shift forward in a plank pose, lower down onto your forearms again, giving your wrists a break while still working on that strong core center. Activate the elbows into the earth and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, One, lower the hips, draw more length back, and see if you can kind of open up the chest to come into Sphinx Pose. Your elbows rest on top, underneath the shoulders, activating the chest forward and up. 2 more breaths together. Now, lower just the lowermost ribs and open your arms sideways. Squeeze your legs and lift them too for Locust Pose. And keep your gaze down so that the crown of the head is drawn forward. And you're maintaining that nice extension of the spine in the cervical spine. For 3, 2, and 1. Plant hands alongside the chest. Draw elbows back and press yourself back up into a plank and back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale together and out breath together. Take the right leg up to the sky. Inhale. On the exhale, bring your knee towards your chest and come into a plank. Again, lengthen it back. Knee to chest. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Step forward for your warrior 1. Dial the back heel down. Feet are hip distance apart. And reach those arms overhead as you sink into that front leg. Maintaining access to the foot centration here. In all corners of the foot, you're feeling the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, the base of the heel. And then take your way into some variations here in movement around the spine. Plant your hands on your sacrum and open your chest as you hinge forward. Inhale. On the exhale, tuck and roll back up like you're doing a cat and cow pose. Good. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, tuck and roll. Two more times. Last time. And now slowly make your way into hands at the heart space. Your weight is in that front leg. You're feeling the strength in your leg and in your glutes. All your weight is on there. And we're going to come into balance. So either coming up onto the tippy toes in your back foot, still maintaining that full strength in that front leg, that's plenty. Or you can reach your left leg up to your degree. It's easier when you're off the mat because it's cushy on the mat. Relax your shoulders for 3, 2, 1. Keep your weight on that leg as you bring your left knee up towards your chest. You can always bring the palms together. This helps you maintain the balance. Keep your gaze at one point on the ground and regain this middle place in your focus. So you're not overly focused and you're not zoning out, but the gaze is like in the middle. And same with the breath. Find the middle in the breath. that evening out. Nice job. One more inhale. With the exhale, we're going to land back in a warrior one. And then extend through the front leg and turn to the left and back just a couple of times. Good. Now open it up to your warrior two. Adjust the placement of your back foot. And really kind of draw length through your arms as you look to the left and to the right. Gaining some functionality here around the neck. And at some point, flip the front palm and reverse your warrior, keeping your weight in that front leg. Grow really tall with that right arm, as if you're reaching up to grab something. And then slowly make your way back and through into a side angle lunge. Let's do this again. Come back through to warrior two and reverse it. Breathe in and breathe out. And find the stillness within your body. And let the sounds start to kind of permeate your body, your being. So relaxing. And back to the center. And into a side angle. Beautiful. Come back into your warrior two and have both feet face the wide edge of the mat, and then heels in, toes out for your goddess pose. So here you're actively going up and down for a minute and then eventually settling in a place where it feels really just right. Bring the palms back to the heart space and find a lotus mudra where the base of the palms stay together and the pinky finger and the thumb stay together as you open up your fingertips. Now the next time that you rise up, I want you to press firmly into the earth while at the same time reaching that mudra up and separating the hands enough to roll the shoulders down the back and open your heart. On the way back down, bring the palms together into the mudra and sink back down. Inhale with a full flowering of that lotus. Press your hips forward, open your chest. Exhale, palms come together and you sink down. See if you can make this gentle movement kind of like an offering and start to make it invite an emotional component to the actual pose, where there's this opening and lifting of the arms, gazing up, offering up, opening your heart, and then gathering all of that atmosphere in between your palms and drawing it down to your heart. This beautiful exchange. Opening up, offering up, pressing hips forward, neck and throat open. Exhale back down. 2 more times. Make it slow. And last time. Good. Now sink back into your goddess pose. Relax the hands onto your thighs. Activate into the feet and go up just halfway and back down and pulse. We're going to do 20 of those. 10 more. Good job. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Adjust the placement of your feet so that you can come into a wide-legged forward fold and bow. One more deep breath in together. With the out breath, walk your hands towards your right foot. Come into a runner lunge. Notice my right foot. Start to toe heel it towards the side and back. A little bit more back. Yes. And a little bit more to the side. You'll see why in a bit. A bit more back and to the side. Now, take your left hand and walk it a little bit more to the side and make a lot of space so that you can twist. Now, take your back leg and thread it through. That's why I was trying to get you to make space. You did it. Now, notice how you're collapsed in your armpit? Press yourself up. Good job. Press into that foot as well for 3, 2, 1. Come back into a plank. We're going to take that right leg and draw it to the side. Plant it. Yes. Now, dial the back heel down and open up into another side plank. Press your hips up and forward slightly for 3, 2, 1. Come back to plank and lower onto your forearms to hold plank to give the wrists a break. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips. Open your heart. Find Cobra. And then Locust Pose as you open and lengthen the legs. For 3, 2, 1. Press yourself up to table. take a minute to just stretch your wrists, drawing your fingertips back a little. Just a little bit of weight, not a lot, in different directions. And then slowly make your way back into your downward facing dog. Deep in breath. Long out breath. And slowly take the left leg up towards the sky with the inhale. The exhale brings the knee to the chest in a plank pose. Curl it. 3 more times. Nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Last time, breath in. And breath out, stepping forward for your warrior 1 on this side. Find the side body length here as you expand your arms overhead. Breath in. Sink down into that front leg a little more. And plant your hands on your sacrum. As you start to hinge forward with the in-breath. And the out-breath, tuck and roll back up. Inhale, hinge. And exhale, curl. 3 more. Last one. Good. Start to prepare for that balanced pose. Take your way slowly to the front. Hinge forward. And either balance on your back toes or lift that leg off the ground eventually. For 3, navel pulls in and up. 2, 1, rising up with palms at heart space, right knee towards the chest, and hold. For 3, 2, and 1. Take it nice and slow back to land in your warrior 1. And once you land, open it up to your warrior 2. Make fists with the hands and just give those wrists a little bit of a break. It's a little bit even more intense on the wrists when we're outdoors because of the unevenness. So just take care of your wrists and maybe shake them. This always gives them some relief. And slowly flipping the front palm to reverse your warrior. Taking it in. Feel that beautiful breeze. Back through the center into a side angle. Can the weather be more glorious today? Wow. Come back through and reverse it. Come back through. And side angle it. Come back through to your warrior two. And then have both feet face the side. And then take the heels in, toes out for your goddess pose again. This time in your goddess pose, pretend that you have boxing gloves on. And have any of you boxed before? So the way to throw a punch is that you have to kind of tilt your opposite heel or the same heel up and over and then punch like that. So your right heel lifts. Good, yeah, just like that. Come back to the center and then turn, like literally turn. Yes, turn your entire torso and punch. Good job. You got it. Come back. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. In and out. Notice how if you really squeeze those arms and squeeze your core, you're getting a lot out of it. Turn your knee a little bit more and don't extend it. Actually come down into it. Yes. Yes. Back to center in. And again, come down into it and turn the knee and punch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more times. Last time. Good. Come back into your goddess pose. And now, just like we did before, the up and down motion, I want you to see if you can hop and land. Lightly. Lightly, yes. Maybe you never leave the ground. Maybe you hop and you land. Good. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3. That's a lot on the legs. 2. And 1. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Solidify the feet and bow forward, wide-legged forward fold. And slowly start to lift yourself up. Walk your hands towards your left foot into a runner lunge. And then let's do that funky side plankish thing again. Ready? Bring the hands in, toe heel the feet. Remember how much space you have to make, right? Then shift your weight into your right arm and move it further out. Twist, either stay here or thread that back leg through. Here we go. Press up for 3, for 2, for 1. Land it back. Come back into your left hand. Dial the back heel down. Thread that other leg through and open it up to the side. You got it. For 3, 2, and 1. Come back to plank. And lower the elbows. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hips down. Bring your left forearm forward. Bend the right knee. Give it a quad stretch. Maybe you rest your forehead on the hand for a bit. Now, lift your chest and press your foot back. And that'll help you kind of extend through the shoulder. Engage your left leg and maybe lift that left leg up. One extra thing you could do, which I don't really feel like doing, is to extend that front arm. You guys can do it if you want. Right? This is better. And release. Relax for a bit. And then let's do it on the other side. Grab a quad stretch. And then lift your chest, press your foot back, engage your right leg, and lift it up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Now we're going to just come up to standing just to make our little dancer pose. Since we just did it lying down, we still have it in our muscle memory. See if you can kind of come up to stand, and we'll just try it standing up. So the same idea as before, but this time we're going to add a balance. I highly recommend you get off your mat. It'll be easier for you. And shift your weight slowly into your right leg. And bend your left knee. And solidify. Basically, keep your limbs really solid so they're not flailing. That way, when they're solid, and you keep your gaze on the ground firm, you can lift that right arm, tuck the tailbone under, then begin to hinge forward by pressing the left foot back. Just hinge to your degree. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. And take it to the other side. First, find your ground, find your gaze. If you do anything too fast or not really solidify the first step, there's more of a chance of coming out of the balance. Find your core, tuck tailbone under. Find your drishti, then press back. And hinge at the same time. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come out of the pose. Let's do it one more time on your own terms, okay? Each side at a time, your own speed. Don't forget to tuck the tailbone under before you start going into the dancer. And don't forget to press the foot back into your hand and squeeze your glutes. Beautiful job. All of us will meet back. Hands at the heart. Feet on the ground. The breeze caressing our face and sunlight shining through. Just coming home. Beautiful. Slowly take your way back down to the ground into a seated position. Take your left ankle in front of your right shin so that you have this feeling of sensation in the outer thighs as much as you can. And see if you can slowly hinge forward while keeping your sits bones on the ground. If you have to change the placement of your feet, then so be it, so that you feel comfortable in your hips. And just go to your degree with a nice long spine. And walk your hands towards the left, expanding that right arm a bit more forward. Coming back through to the middle and to the other side. Resting in the center for as long as it's comfortable. Maybe a block under your forehead. And slowly rise out of the pose. And we'll take it to the other side. And this you should be feeling in a similar place as when you do a pigeon pose. Kind of like right here in the outer thighs and in the glutes. You guys feel that? Good, yeah. Just if you liked walking the hands side to side. Slowly take your time to release out of the pose. And make your way onto your backs. Good. As you arrive on your back, bend your knees, plant your feet under your knees, and start to progress into a bridge pose. Here you're going to activate your forearms onto the earth and then press into the heels down and back a little to lift your hips. Keep tucking the tailbone under and drawing the length of the tailbone towards your feet. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the hips back down and just rock those knees side to side. Let's take bridge pose again. And slowly release it. And then cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Either stay here if this is plenty of a stretch, or lift your left knee up towards your chest to come into a reclined pigeon. Maybe interlacing the hands in the space that you've created behind the thighs or onto your shin. Now release your left foot under your left knee on the ground, but extend the right leg up towards the sky. And start to lower it all the way to the ground. And then lift it all the way up, nice and slow. Keep your lower back connected to the ground. And keep your right glutes muscles engaged so that you can really support this activity, which is very healing to the pelvis and to your lower back. Nice. Take your time to switch legs. Plant your right foot under your right knee. Your left foot under your left knee. And cross your other leg up and over. Cross left foot on top of right knee and really kind of activate the leg against the other leg. Staying here or pulling the right knee towards the chest. Slowly lower your right foot under your right knee. Extend your left leg up. And start to lower and lift it. And finally, coming through into a reclining twist. Plant your feet under your knees, lift your hips up and shift them to the right, and then let your knees drop to the left. And as much as possible, bring awareness back inside the body so that you can feel your aliveness from the inside. You can feel your heartbeat, your belly. You can feel your face and your hands and your feet. You're embodied. Embodied in this specific human experience, not as a coincidence and not random. Turn your hips over to the left and release your knees to the right. Come back to the middle for your Shavasana. Enjoy the breeze on your skin and maybe a little bit of sunlight on your face. Imagine that you have ears all around your body, not just around your head. And just let the legs themselves, the arms themselves, your torso, let them actually have the felt sense of sound. So that the bird song can be a felt experience, not a heard experience. And sense into your atmosphere. This beautiful field of energy that we created together. And draw it in towards yourself. Suck it into your body. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Satchitananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Take a breath in together and a breath out together. And slowly start to reawaken the senses by moving a little. If you love to end your practice lying down on the ground, you can stay where you are. Otherwise, start to slowly move into a rolling onto your side position. And come on up gently to your seated position for the close of class. Bringing your palms together, rub them a little. Either keep them joint at the heart or stack them on top of your chest and your belly. And we'll inwardly and silently just repeat the mantra. That is one of the simplest mantras ever, and it always has this incredible resonance in the body and in the universe. And this mantra is thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we slowly together close with the sound of Om, taking a cleansing breath. Inhale. I thank you for allowing me to teach you today, and I thank the mystery out of which all things arise that brought us together today. And namaste. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Yay.